What's up, my beautiful people? It's your girl, Everdeen Taylor, singer, songwriter, author, inspirational motivator, model, and actress. We are at part three. We are at part three. Y'all, this has been a journey. Do you hear me? We are at part three of dreaming of the future. So, when we spoke last, we spoke about at this present point. Daniel had talked to Ariach. He told Ariach, "Hey, I need to go talk to the king because God then gave me the dream, and He also gave me the interpretation. So, get me to the king now, okay?" Remember, King Nebuchadnezzar was ready to kill all the wise men, right? All right. So Daniel 2, verse 29. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed, what should come to hereafter, and he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. Daniel 2, verse 30. But as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have more than any living, but their sake they shall make known the interpretation to the king, and that they mightest know the thoughts of thy heart. So before David even told King Nebuchadnezzar what the dream was and the interpretation, he made it very, very clear. This is not coming from me. This interpretation, me telling you what this dream is, does not come from me. It comes from God alone. This dream was about a giant, y'all. A giant statue with different parts, and each part was of a different material. The head of the statue was gold. The chest and the arms were made out of silver. The statue's belly and his thighs were made out of brass. His legs was made out of iron, and his feet was made out of iron and clay. Daniel 2, verse 33 through 31 through 33. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image was brightness, was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. 32. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. This was the description of what that statue looked like. So, Daniel 2, verse 34 through 35 says, Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and broke them to pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, the gold broke into pieces together, and became like a chaff of the summer threshing floors. And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them anymore. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. The stone that struck the feet of this statue and the entire statue was crushed into powder. And then it blew away. But that stone turned into a mountain. And that mountain filled the whole entire earth. That stone, it was Jesus, y'all. Daniel 2, verse 36 says, This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. So once Daniel told king about the dream, of course the king immediately trusted him to give the interpretation. And go to Daniel 2:37. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the God of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power and strength and glory. Now, King of King was used in the Old Testament. Now, this was to show the dominion of the king, the reign of the king, the power of that king, okay? So, the New Testament speaks King of King is Jesus, okay? All right. Let's see. They also call the king of Persia, which is Artaxerxes, and that's Artaxerxes, which was the King of Kings. They called him King of Kings, and you'll find that in Ezra 7, verse 12, for the same reason, pretty much. So Daniel 2, verse 38 says, And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven have he given into thine hand, and have made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. The head of gold represented Nebuchadnezzar and the kingdom of Babylon. Isaiah even called Babylon the golden city. You'll be able to find that in Isaiah 14, verse 4. There was a lot of gold in Babylon. I mean, a lot. And they decorated Babylon in gold everywhere, from the chariots to the walls, you name it. It was just gold. That's why it was right for God to call that city the city of the Golden City. Okay. So then we go into Babylon conquered the Assyrian Empire and gained authority over many nations, right? The kingdom stretched south of Jerusalem and east and north of the surrounding territory covered by the Tigris and the Euphrates River. We're getting somewhere. Daniel tells the king that the power and the authority came from God alone. See, the kingdom of Babylon had been established by God for God's own purpose, which was stated in Daniel 2, verse 21. He removes kings and he establishes kings. Daniel 2, verse 39 says, "And after these shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth." See, Daniel prophesies that after the fall of Babylon, the second kingdom would rise, which is the breast and the arms made of silver. On the statue, the prophecy was fulfilled in 539 BC, when King Cyrus of Persia and Darius, the king of Media, took over Babylon. You'll learn more about that in the end of chapter 5 of Daniel, right? Verse 31 to be exact. It says the world power became Medo-Persian Empire. Daniel also called this kingdom inferior because it lacked the unity and the structure government that Babylon had. Okay, so the third kingdom is the belly and the thighs made of brass, and this was the kingdom of the Greek Empire, which was ruled by Alexander the Great. Now, Daniel prophesied that this kingdom would rule over all of the earth. See, Alexander the Great conquered Darius and the Medes' army, right? And he defeated everybody else. It's even said that Alexander the Great broke down in the tears and cried because he literally had nobody else to conquer. The Greek Empire reigned from 330 BC all the way up to 63 BC. Daniel 2 verse 40 says, "And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdue all things, and as iron that breaketh, all these shall break in pieces and bruise." This kingdom of iron that would crush everything, and y'all know them well, and that's the Roman Empire. There is no other empire in the whole entire world that crushed all of its enemies the way Rome did. They were not happy with just taking your country and then making you pay taxes. Oh no. They had to kill you, slaughter you, beat you to death, the whole nine, right? So this way you wouldn't rebel against them. So Daniel 2 verse 41 through 43, I'm going to read that, and then I'm going to probably end up doing another video because I'm doing the rest of this today, y'all. So be on the lookout. Daniel 2 verse 41 through 43 says, "And whereas thou sowest the feet and the toes, part of the potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it the strength of an iron. For as much thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay." Verse 42, "And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay." So this is not described as the fifth kingdom. This is an extension of that fourth kingdom. The toes are the 10 divisions of the Roman Empire, right? And this was around the time of their destruction. Now I'm trying to get this part. We already starting in the part 4 already. Now, this is considered future. Why? Because the Roman Empire had never been divided into 10 divisions, right? And they weren't conquered, but it collapses within itself. Come right back. I love you. We got to get this done today. I love you.